All right, good morning. Welcome to the show today, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the country, however you listen to terrestrial radio, stream, iHeart, um, YouTube, Instagram. Thank you for letting us be a part of your day today. Greatly appreciate that. As always, a lot to talk about, a lot going on. But I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to really break down President Trump. And the reason I'm doing this is because I really got to thinking about everything this man has done. And I'm just going to tell you in one word. I don't know if he's just so stupid that he lucked into this, but what he's doing is absolutely brilliant when you talk about 2020 and the general election. I know people like, Warren, what the hell are you talking about? I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long time. I'm about to show you something because I guarantee you, most of you, and look, I know nobody on CNN or Fox or MSNBC has ever told you this, what I'm about to tell you about Trump. So I want you guys to be prepared, okay? First thing I want to say is this. Trump has been saying some crazy stuff, right? Let's think about what he's been saying. He said that if you are Jewish and you vote Democrat, you're disloyal to Jews, you're disloyal to Israel. All right. Let's put that in box A. In box B, right? This gun control issue. We're going to get gun checks, but it's going to be on mental health because it is not the gun that pulls the trigger. It's a person that pulls the trigger. Let's put that in box B. Okay. I'm going after the squad. I'm going after the Muslim women who have been talking bad about Israel and hates our country. Let's put that in box C, okay? Box D has the immigration argument. We got to be tough on our borders. We got to do this. Got to do that. We got to make it where we can hold the families together till they get in the court. Box D. Box E is the Denmark situation. Nope, you're not going to talk that way to the United States while I'm president. She said something very nasty, and to me, she was saying something that was against the United States, and you're not going to talk like that when I'm president. That's box E. What does all this have in common? If you sit back and think about A, B, C, D, E, what does it all have in common? Let me explain to you what he's doing, y'all. Most people don't even realize he's doing this. In fact, I would say maybe 1% of the whole population is realizing what he's really doing. Let me walk you through, and then I'm going to break this down throughout the whole show. First, when he's telling the Jews that if they don't vote for him or vote Republican, they're being disloyal. He's not having that conversation for the Jewish community, y'all. Y'all realize that, right? He's having that conversation for the evangelical Christian. He's having that conversation for the people who believe in Christianity and in a second coming of the Lord. Because if you believe, right, what is the key to the second coming of the Lord? It's two things that has to happen. You got to have Armageddon, right? And Israel has to be controlled by the Jewish people. This is why he put the capital of Israel in Jerusalem. This is all about playing to the religious base so that they'll vote for him. This has nothing to do with the Jewish community. This has to do with people saying, well, wait, he's fighting for Israel. And in order for Jesus to come, for God to come back, we need Israel to be strong in the Middle East. They need to own that land. We need to protect them. And there's plenty of people based on their faith who will bite their tongue and hold their nose and vote for this man because they think this man is fighting for Israel so that God can come back to earth, so that Jesus can come back to earth. Now, that might sound crazy to some of y'all, but it's not crazy in the voting booth because people vote usually one issue. Whatever the issue, it may be economics, it may be immigration, whatever, they vote that issue. So A is the issue for the Christians, all right? That's the Christianity issue right there. Then immigration is always an issue. So we know what E is, right? Second Amendment gun issue is B. That's for those relics out there who think somebody's trying to take their guns away from them, right? This is the whole issue with the guns. Then he goes after the squad and the Muslim women. Well, he's protecting us from the Muslims, right? And then lastly, the Denmark issue was two things, right? One, what they're not reporting in the news is that Obama was supposed to be there at the same time he was going to be there. Imagine the crowd for Obama compared to the crowd for him. Just think about that for a second. Secondly, he's trying to make it look like he's fighting for America. That's what he's doing. Now, when you add all this up, he's hitting almost every major category except for abortion when it comes to voting for a lot of people in this country. And most people are single voter issues. Single voter issues. And by him doing this way, this is literally him touching all the bases to try to make sure that people vote for him. And see, what happens is this. Everybody here in America and everybody in the media, they go for the shiny thing. They always do. He's telling the Jewish people, I even went for it yesterday, and then I really started examining this last night. And I was like, what the hell? This is brilliant. Because he's not making this argument to the Jews here in America. They don't even have a big enough voting block to make a difference. He's making this argument for Christianity. That's what he's making the argument for with this Jews thing. Because under the Christian belief and under almost every religion, the Jews are supposed to be in control of Israel if God is coming back. And see, a lot of people would think, well, he's just not that smart. He's not that smart. He doesn't have to be smart if he got somebody telling him this. Y'all realize that, right? This is really a brilliant move. It really is. I mean, he's really setting it up to get the votes in place. Now, let me say this. I'm gonna go back to what I said yesterday. Anybody who thinks it's a difference between Republicans and Democrats, it ain't no difference. It's all the same. And see, when people try to make the argument about, well, if Barack Obama was president, when Barack Obama was president, he had a supermajority and he didn't do nothing to change any of the laws for poor people in this country. He could have did executive order and it never would have got shot down. He could have passed it through the Congress and the Senate. Never would have got, he had a super majority the first 2 years he was in the White House. A super majority. Okay. He kept the same things in place that Bush had when it came to international affairs with war. He killed Gaddafi. I mean, look, I love Obama. Don't get me wrong. But don't try to make an argument to me that, well, if Obama was president, no, Obama was president. And he had a supermajority, and he still didn't do nothing with gun legislation. Sandy Hook happened when he was president. The shooting that took place in Denver happened when he was president. Nothing was done. Nothing was done. And he had a supermajority. Okay? So when y'all start making that argument, it tells me that you are politically inept because you're not paying attention to the right things. You're looking at what they're showing you on television. That's what you're doing. Because y'all really believe that the president runs anything? Don't run that. You're a mouthpiece. Even the executive orders can be walked back when the new president comes in. That's what Trump did to Obama. So when we come back, I'm gonna keep breaking this down on how, even though Trump doesn't seem that bright, he keeps lucking into these things that really is setting him up to win. We'll be back at this commercial break. Listen to WB.